Well, we've been talking about money, and so we thought maybe this half hour we'd continue that discussion in a different way, of course. Joining us in the studio today is the Calhoun County Treasurer. Christine Schauer is with us this half hour. Good morning.
Good morning, Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me this morning.
Well, we appreciate the time. And you've been busy talking, and it's been fairly widely reported locally about some of the challenges we have with property tax collections. And, let's talk about that. The general course under which these things take place, if you don't pay your property taxes, is what?
Well, as everyone who is a homeowner knows, the first crack at paying your taxes is with your local unit, the city or the township that's billing you. And you get two bills a year, a summer bill sometime around in July and then a winter bill in December. So winter bills just came out for 2015 taxes. People have up until the end of February to pay those at their local unit, and anything left over at the local units on March 1st comes over to the county treasurer to collect as delinquent.
So you get that fine task.
Right. And for taxpayers, the problem with letting them come over, then a lot of state statutes kick in about what fees and interest have to start being added to those taxes. And, of course, they're meant to be somewhat punitive so that folks do pay their taxes. So when those taxes come over to us, we, of course, commence to try to collect them. But part of that process is in order for the local municipalities to continue to function, the county, quote unquote, buys their delinquent taxes. In other words, we pay them for everything that's delinquent. The county does end up issuing a bond for that yearly, which is then paid off through the collection of those taxes. And obviously, some of them sit for 1-2 years. When we're at the 2-year mark, then we start looking at danger of foreclosure. So when they're 2 years with us, they're 3 years delinquent, and we have to start a very rigorous noticing process, title checking, trying to reach those homeowners, property owners, whether they're residential, commercial, industrial, whatever, to try to get them to pay those taxes before we have to foreclose. March 31st is the magic date every year that the taxes from 3 years prior, in this case, we're looking at 2013 taxes, which if they're not paid by March 31st of 2016, upcoming, I must foreclose on April 1. I don't have leeway after the foreclosure date. But what I'd like to talk about today are the things we can do before then. And
you make a good point that you really can't wait too long for these things because they snowball quickly. If you miss 1 year and then 2, this is a fairly sizable amount of money.
Yes, and the interest becomes astronomical. Once they're 2 years delinquent, we're at 18% a year interest plus multiple fees. And so we offer a program called a hardship extension of time to pay taxes. The county treasurer has been able to offer that for some time now, and what we do is work with those taxpayers who are in danger of foreclosure because they're 2 years behind, and in some cases more because they've had a previous extension. And so we try to work with them to set up reasonable payment plans and try to help them not end up foreclosing. So we have the ability to stave off the foreclosure before it gets to the court and all of that. And now, through some legislation that passed, I'm able to offer some reduced interest rate payment plans. There's a sunset on my ability to do that. It's meant to help homeowners who have 2 or more years delinquent. And remember, their 15s will probably come over to me March 1st. So I may have 13s, 14s, and 15s to collect.
Yikes.
So we're able to offer a multi-year, combine all those amounts, apply a lower interest rate, set up a multi-year payment plan that might be an affordable amount for someone to pay over a number of years. The only catch with that is they must then also keep their local taxes current.
Wow, yeah.
And they can't miss payments. I don't have a lot of leeway in this program.
All right, we'll talk about that too, and the success that this potentially affords when we come back in just a minute on WBCK. 817 WBCK, our Calhoun County Treasurer is here, Christine Schauer. We're talking about delinquent taxes, trying to help stave off delinquency situations and keep people in their properties. And that really is important to note, I suppose, that let's suppose a person loses their property to foreclosure because their taxes aren't paid. Now you have an empty property that comes with all kinds of other baggage that has to be dealt with. It's just easier if people maintain what they own, right?
Right. And I think statistics bear out that owner-occupied homes are better taken care of, and most neighborhoods desire that kind of situation. And those are the people we're targeting with our hardship extension program. And then, of course, we have this unique state-run program called the Step Forward program, which we've been working with for 3 years now, 2013, 14, and 15. This is a program that is part of the hardest hit funds, which were initiated in 2010. But for the first 3 years of that program, they were just doing the mortgage rescue.
I see.
And then in 2013, they expanded it to allow payment of delinquent property taxes. So we've been helping people connect with that program since 2013. And in fact, since that time, we have in Calhoun County brought in $750,000 in tax dollars from that program that may or may not have been paid otherwise. And it helped over 150 families in the county. And the issue is that program is ending at the end of this month. So we're urgently asking that homeowners, owner-occupied property owners, get their application started now. The application needs to be initiated by the end of this month, and then they'll require a lot of documents to complete it. So people need to apply and be diligent. I would encourage them to go to stepforward.com. It is an online application to apply. My staff stand ready to help with both hardship extensions and helping people navigate that Step Forward application. You can call my office at 269-781-0807. Go to our website at CalhounCountyMI.gov/treasurer, or you can just Google county treasurer and it'll come right up. We have a Facebook page. We're on Twitter. So there are many ways to connect with us. Also, Step Forward itself does offer assistance to people who maybe are not internet savvy enough to do that application. And I just like to share their phone number, which is 866-946-7432. And I think it's of note here also that we have another community organization that can help people with that Step Forward application, and that's at Neighborhoods Incorporated of Battle Creek.
Of course,
so they're also helping people. We work closely with them. When we can't help, we might send someone there. And for seniors out there or people who aren't really comfortable with the computer, get your kids to help. I just think if you're owner-occupant, you've suffered a hardship of some kind that got you behind on your property taxes, this may be a program for you. You do have to have income of some sort to qualify for this program.
Okay.
This is not because I'm really low income or have no income, because the goal is if they put you even with the board, that you will then be able to pay your local unit and not get in this situation again.
Sure.
So it's not meant to be for, I just can't afford my home, no way, no how. It's for folks who got behind because of a hardship, loss of job, divorce, death in the family, high medical bills. We all know people who end up in those situations. And so this program is aimed at those people, but it must be your primary residence, and you must occupy the residence.
All right. Christine Schauer's here, and we'll talk a little bit more about this when we come back in just a minute on WBCK. A couple of more minutes here with Christine Schauer, Calhoun County Treasurer. So the point is here, if you're behind on your property taxes, there could be help for you, particularly if you're facing a hardship.
Right. And the key there is don't wait. Don't wait till after the foreclosure. Call our office at 269-781-0807, and my staff is there to help with the hardship extension program, connecting you with Step Forward at least through the end of this month, and other questions you might have about how this all works. But we can't urge you strongly enough to do that now and over the next coming months for hardship extension, so we can help you. We want people to stay in their homes. Some people think the county treasurer is there to take your home, and we want to. Absolutely not. We want to do everything we can within the law to help you keep your home.
Now, I imagine that there's probably a portion of folks who feel helpless and they just freeze here, and this is why you're trying to get this message out. Right.
It can be just as any other kind of help program. There are forms to fill out, documents you need to provide, and we just urge people to be diligent, get family members to help them. We can't go to their homes and dig out their documents for them, but once they get them all around, we can fax them where they need to go or email them or whatever. We're willing to work with people on all of that.
So what sort of problem, generally speaking, is this in our county? Would you say for a county our size, this is an average size problem for us, or do we have a greater problem?
Well, in some pockets in our county, there's a fairly large problem. Of course, it's the cities of Battle Creek and Albion that we deal with the most with this problem. There are so many different factors going in other counties. For surrounding counties around Calhoun County, though, we have been able to capitalize much more on bringing the Step Forward dollars into our county.
Okay.
And, we've aggressively been working on it these last few years, and are really disappointed it's going away.
Yes. Now, in the just moment or two we have left here, just the thought, though, about what kind of a challenge foreclosures are. I mean, if you end up with a foreclosed home, now what?
Well, then a lot of times they're blighted. We need to maintain them. We're boarding them. We're mowing them. And ultimately, they end up at the Calhoun County Land Bank Authority. We do try to sell properties through auctions, and the good ones go that way. But the county and the land bank end up holding all of these bad ones. And we all know that blighted properties bring down other property values. They can be dangerous. You've got people going into them. There's crime. So it's a problem for our community that we're working with cities and townships to try to address. The only good thing about these properties going in the land bank is that then they can request grant funds for demolitions largely. Most of these are just beyond the point of rehab, although if we do get a rehab, the land bank is also pursuing basic rehabs and promoting owner-occupied occupied housing sales.
So that's what we really want.
Yeah. So don't hesitate to call. Visit our website. Again, 269-781-0807, CalhounCountyMI.gov/treasurer, Facebook. Just Google Calhoun County Treasurer. We want to help.
All right. Well, if there's any way in which to end and leave that thought, there it was. Thank you, Christine. We appreciate the time. Stay in touch, if you will, and if there's a way we can help publicize future things of this nature, just let us know.
Thank you so much.
All right. Christine Schauer, Calhoun County Treasurer.